Hey guys, what is going on? Today I'm going to bring you guys a video on RuneScape, which is totally random. I just started playing this game again, and I've been playing it a lot, so I was like, okay, why not try and just make a video about it? So this video will be about like top 3 ways of making money as a free-to-play player. So the first method I have here is one that I read about and I'm not actually sure about, but it's making headless arrows. So I'm gathering feathers right now, and I already have arrow shafts, and this is all without spending money. And according to what I read, you can actually spend money on both and then make it and then flip it and actually have more money in the end. So I'm trying to do this all as free, so no gold. And since this is chickens, this is super low level, so you can do this at a really low level. And then also making the arrow shafts, this is also at a super low level, because to make an arrow shaft it almost takes nothing. It's a member skill, fletching, but bronze arrow is level 1, so it's super low level. You could do this if you just join the game, and then you can start doing this as long as you can cut normal logs, fletch them, and then kill chickens and pick up the feathers. Then you should be good to go. I'm not sure about putting the feathers and the arrow shafts together, but I guess we'll find out pretty quickly. So I'm gonna finish up gathering all these feathers. I'm at 910, and I'm gonna try and go for around 1250, 15, so like the same as the amount of arrow shafts I have, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so now I have the right amount of feathers and arrow shafts, and so now we can combine them. But before we do that, I just have a couple things to add, and we'll go to the Grand Exchange to see what the prices are for each individual item. So doing this method, it took me about an hour, give or take, like a half hour maybe, depending on how fast you are, how lucky you are, because the feathers come in groups of 5 or 15. So if you always get groups of 15, you'll get them a lot faster. But if you get groups of 5, it might be a little slower. The arrow shafts are really quick to do. You just get a full inventory of logs, and then you craft them, and then you get all the arrow shafts. Okay, so if we go over to the Grand Exchange, we'll sell 1,225 feathers. Could go for 69, about 70k. Then we could sell the arrow shafts around 10k. In general, they go for 80 per piece. These are 9 per piece, and feathers are 57 per piece. So we should be making profit regardless if we bought it or not. So if we bought all of these items, if we bought 1,000 of arrow shafts and 1,000 feathers, we should be able to make a profit. But because we did this all free to play, it took us longer, because we did all free. Not free to play, but we did it free, because free to play people can easily buy the stuff on the Grand Exchange and then make it. But we did this for free, and now we're going to combine them two together. So yeah, fletching level 1, so nothing needed. So now we are going to sell all the headless arrows for 80 GP, which is more than everything else, and selling it we get maybe 100k. Maybe they won't sell right away. If you leave them overnight, they should sell right away. So I'm gonna sell them for a little bit less. I'll sell them for 76 GP per, and they should go pretty quick. There. See, they go immediately. We actually ended up getting 92k, so 92,340 in total. So if we take that total and we say we wanted to buy more feathers, so we'd come here, we'd get the feathers, and then we had 12k feathers, so that is 68 there. If we wanted to get the arrow shafts, then if we wanted 1,200, those would be 10k. So doing the math on those, we have 92,340 minus 68,400, and then minus the 10k. There you would be making a profit of 22,940. But because we spent 0 and we went and spent an hour gathering all of the things, we made a profit of the original 92,340. So that is a way to make around a K an hour, 90K an hour basically, which is still very good for a free-to-play player. Now the next strategy I have is the jug of water strategy. So here we have, I still have jugs from before, because at early levels I really did this because it helped me get a lot of money. So I just bought jugs from the Grand Exchange. So if you go to the Grand Exchange and you want to buy a jug will cost you 327 gold. 327 gold for a jug. If I wanted to buy a jug of water, it is 416 GP. And that actually fluctuates between days. So if we were to take this whole inventory of jugs, sell it to the Grand Exchange, it would be 9K. And since we're filling it up here right in the center, which is really quick to do in RS3, it's here. You can do this in old RuneScape. You just have to have your account old enough, and you have to go over to the you can go over here. I'll show you guys in a second. There's a little water place over to the east direction, and you can fill it up there near the Varrock Castle. So if you were to be filling this up in old RuneScape, then you would fill it up right here, where this water, the fountain's right here, just up ahead. So we're gonna we're gonna go back to the Grand Exchange, and then instead of selling this for 9K, we will be selling this almost immediately for 11K. And we actually sold it for 2,208K. That is way more than before. So 9K for jugs, and then I'm writing this stuff down because I'm going to show you guys all the math at the end or in the description below. That's why you guys might hear typing, or I'll just cut it out. 9,000 jugs, and then we get the 12,208 for jugs of water. So we're buying the jugs for like around 9,000. So if I were to actually do this like I normally would, you could actually make jugs and then do this yourself, which is even more of a gaining, or like a gain. So if I want to buy a full inventory of jugs, I think it's 27 or 28. We'll go jug here. We'll just buy 20, and then this is 6,540. They don't even sell. Alright, I might have to bump the price just for the sake of the video, but you should be able to buy these overnight pretty easily. So I'll go $7,200 for these jugs. They ended up selling for $6,600. So $6,600 for 20 jugs, and then we can take out the 20, fill it up at the middle. It's really easy. This is you can definitely do this in your free time, just going back and forth. That's what I used to do when I was first trying to get to my first mill, and I actually got to my first mill because of a guy with a drop party. Surprisingly enough, that never happens, but we go back over to the Grand Exchange. Also, I'm almost at another mill because of the third way of making money, and so definitely stay tuned for that. And then I sell this, all of it, for 8K, and I can even put it down and we still make a profit, 87.20. So there's like a 2,000 GP difference, and so you can make definite easy money for that. And because I was adding some money there before, my pouch is definitely not all the arrow shafts that I wanted it to be, but we know we made around 90K with those arrow shafts. So again, I'm going to be placing all of my money into my bank account, and we actually hit our second mill right here. Nice. So I'm going to equip all my wizard stuff, and an air talisman is mandatory for this to work, and law runes, and that is the only thing you'll be purchasing is the law runes. You definitely have to be a higher level for this, because what we are doing here will get you attacked, and you need to be able to at least survive getting attacked, and then you need food to survive afterwards. And no, we will not be buying food, because this is supposed to be making us money. To be like the safest possible, 33 magic will let you avoid more hits than if you were to just grab it. So you will be using the telekinetic grab, and while using that telekinetic grab, you can grab it. You can grab the item that we will be grabbing from farther away, and here you can get free fish typically because bots or something will drop them. So we're gonna hop on a much popular server now. So people are fishing here, and there's always tons of fish. So definitely grab that salmon or trout. I definitely prefer grabbing salmon over trout because it heals more. So we can hop another world and see what other fish is laying around that people will drop. Definitely if it's at like the middle of the day or late at night, tons of people are fishing and doing this stuff, so you will see a lot of fish on the ground. So we're hopping back into another server, and I don't think I see fish on the ground, so this might be all we can do, but there's already a fire here for us, and so I will cook. Now that we have our food, our law runes, our air staff, and I mean you can just wear magic, I don't think it really matters too much, we are going to be going to Falador. So as soon as you teleport to Falador, you will be going north and follow this path right here, and this will take you to the location. For this also, you probably want to go to a less popular server because other people will be here. This is a very popular thing for people to do. A lot of people talk about it, and a lot of videos it has it, because this is probably one of the best ways of doing it. What you are going to do, and there's a way of doing this where you hop servers. So you can come up to this here, Wine of Zamarok, and you can grab it, and using your friends list you can hop servers over to different servers, and it makes it quicker and you won't get attacked at all. Telekinetic grab, hopefully I got that over him, and run. So I did actually get that from him, and that one single grab, if we do price check, the Wine of Zamarok is 9k. If we price check a law rune, it is 222 GP. And so that alone is a huge gap that you can make your money back after spending it on law runes. So hopefully when you guys are doing this, you guys can get onto a server where there isn't really anybody attacking you, and you guys could do this. So I'm gonna do this. I'll jump to the future, and so I can show you guys how much money I have made with this little tactic. So take into account how much food I have in my bank, and then you'll see what I can do with just that. So I've been here for about 10 to 15 minutes, and this is the last wine that we can take while being at a safe health. We probably could maybe take one more, but I really don't want to risk it just because it's kind of a time waster. If you do die, that is okay, just teleport back. Your items definitely won't spawn on the ground right away for someone to pick them up. And yes, I actually can grab one more. Definitely when you're buying the law runes, if you don't have a lot of money, you know, just stick with what you can afford and what you think you're going to use. So I bought 200 right off the get-go because I wasn't sure, and I've actually ended up using all of them because it is such a great way of making money. This is definitely the #1 way of making money once you have enough level. Definitely the jugs of water is what I use to make a lot of money early, and that is a great way to do that. And now we're going to be going back to Varrock, and you guys will see how much profit we make off of this. So if you just wanted to collect 11 jugs of what is it even called, Zamarok wine of Zamarok, then the profit you are going to make is ridiculous. So if we write down, the Law Rune costed 222 GP, and the Wine of Zamarok is gonna sell so much more than that. 9,000. Put all of them there. 11, 100k. Put them up for sale. We ended up selling them for the exact same price, 100k. We're making 500k an hour, so that is insane for that. And so definitely that's probably the number one. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm not even sure what I was talking about before. I think I'll drag this over to show you guys right now. So this is just because this is kind of like what I was writing down. So it was 1,200 of the feathers and arrow shafts. The arrow shaft costed 9 per, and the feathers were 57 per, and it ended up being 76 per for the headless arrow. That's supposed to be an L. You guys might not even be able to read this. Hold on. There, that should be better. And then the next thing, so yeah, then the profit here was 22k, which isn't that much. Here the jug was 327 per, and the jug of water was 416 per. 9,000 for a full inventory of normal jugs, and then 12k for full inventory of water jugs. So that as profit is 3,208. So this is, so definitely the fletching is number 4, jugs number 3, grapes number 2, and then Wine of Zamarok is definitely so good. You get 100k of bank, and you only minus 222 per Law Rune, so that's not even a dent compared to the amount of money that you're gonna make. So really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you liked it, comment to make sure I know you're there, and subscribe for more content in the future. Hope you guys liked the first RuneScape video. Have a great night. Peace.